Did I hear it right that you have
I
6
do.
kids? And I know everyone's going to love this question. So the thing that I really respect about you is watching from afar, seeing your journey, is your ability to connect with your community. I think that's a business for B2B in itself, is community as a service, build a community for these companies, right? But the thing that amazes me about you is you are somebody that's in business that has a very similar mindset as myself, which you're focused on relationships, long-term approach, providing actual value to your clients and so forth, right? You've grown this massive agency. That's not the most impressive thing. Your content and your system, I don't think anyone produces as much content that's as valuable and high quality as you do, aside from Gary Vaynerchuk. But here's where the kicker is. The most impressive thing is, did I hear it right that you have 6 kids? Yeah. So the question is, what is your I got a million ways to ask this. What's the day in the life of Gary Bird, and how do you manage all the content that you put out, running the business, and then being a dad as well? Because I see the day in the life.
Yeah,
so you're
thanks,
active
man.
out there.
First of all, I appreciate that. We're actually working on leveling everything up. So right now, like whatever you're seeing right now on our content, we're about to like 3-4x it, and I'm going to keep expanding that. So thank you for that feedback, and we're
awesome.
Doubling and tripling and quadrupling down. So there's a couple things. So number one, I didn't understand TikTok, and I'm like, TikTok's like, this is a new thing. It's not the same as all the old things, right? And so I was like, I want to take a challenge and see if I can figure it out. I just want to do it on my own. I don't want anybody to help me. I'll watch some YouTube videos on it and stuff like that, and I just want to see if I can get a following. So I just started posting, and I just said, I'm going to post 3 times a day, and I didn't even know I've never really posted on social media before. And I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it until something hit. And then I was like, oh, okay, that hit because it was entrepreneurial. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to niche down again. I'm just going to just speak to agency owners over and over and over again. And that really hit. So now I have this group of people who are just agency owners and entrepreneurial in spirit. And then sometimes people who aren't agency owners are like, this is really close, hits really close to home for me, so I'm going to listen and tune in, right? Yeah, so we got this community of people, and then I'm like, everybody keeps asking me, well, what are you selling me? And I said, I literally don't, unless you're a dentist, I don't have anything to sell you. Why are you doing this? And I literally told them, I tell people, I'm just building a community because I know someday it'll be super valuable. But right now, it's just fun. Like, I'm having fun. This is what I actually love to do. So that's number one, is I do what I love to do. And whether it makes money or not, I try to focus on that because I know I've been in business long enough that if I do something that I love long enough, I know I can monetize it. Doesn't matter what it is. So that's the first thing. So now, how do I manage it? So I'm really big on block scheduling. Yeah. And I'm really big on being super vulnerable with my team and expressing to them what I'm good at and what I'm bad at. So my team knows where my strengths are and where my weaknesses are, and they really help me get done what I need to get done. So I have a project manager. Her name's Eve. She's like reads my brain. She's probably listening right now on the back end and like already knowing where I'm going with this conversation and what I'm going to say and all those kind of things. She actually puts everything together that I do. Okay. So that's number one. And she's involved with a lot of the ground work of everything that I touch. I'm not good at like the execution part of it. I'm great with the ideas and all that kind of stuff. She comes in and helps me execute. I have a business partner on the SMC side. He's the same way. Like, he's a business genius and helps come in and cleans up whole departments and does things that I just can't do. And then I also have a personal assistant. And then what my personal assistant really helps me, her name's Perry, and she's amazing too. What she does is she fully manages my calendar and she manages all my emails. So I don't have to think about that. And that's a huge time suck. Most people don't realize I was block scheduling like 2 hours a day of emails every day because there was just so much. Now it's maybe like 10, 15 minutes. Like, she really cuts that down. And then what she does is I don't have to-do list anymore. I got rid of to-do list. I think those are extremely mess your mind up because like you can have five 5 or 10 things
I
on your
agree.
list, but one of those might be a 3-day project and one might be a go check the mail. You know what I mean? And so what I do is I put everything that needs to be done on my calendar, and it gets time blocked. And if it doesn't fit on my calendar, then I can't do it. Like, it's not possible to do. So I might have to punt that down the road. And so I've gotten really good at time blocking everything and time blocking all of my list. And then from there is just adding people in. And then the other thing is I've had to get comfortable with failing. So like doing things the way that I do it, where I'm relying on people and other things,
Sure.
It's not perfect. Like, I see so many flaws in everything that we're doing, but the team knows, like, okay, we see those flaws, but here's how we're going to make them better. And we're going to just fix it and focus and fix it and focus. So that's how I tackle my days. And then from there in the afternoons, I just hang out with my family. I'm really, really active. Like, I go to church every weekend, and I have a lot of stuff that I do with my kids on that front. So we're always doing something on with that every single week. And then, I try to take my daughters out on a date every couple of weeks, even if it's just like, let's go grab coffee or boba.
That's awesome.
And then with my son, I try to take him. We're talking about, like, let's go to a game, or let's go to, a sporting event or jet skiing. And then I take this is like on the family side. So every quarter minimum, we do like some kind of trip, and it might just be a 3-day weekend, and it might be just like literally 10 minutes from our house, but I'll rent an Airbnb and we'll just go do that. Like, that's all we do. And then we do probably 2 vacations a year, and parts of those I'll work and part I won't. But when I'm not working, I tell my kids, like, I literally unplug from my phone, like I turn it off so I can't access it. And I just tell them, you guys tell me what you want to do, and that's all we're going to do. So that's how I've blocked it so far. It's worked well. I have an amazing family. I have amazing kids. Super proud of them. And so yeah, that's how I kind of subsect. Oh, and my wife and I go out on dates every Friday. So every Friday we go out. Yeah.
I did see that. Yeah, I saw the TikTok. Yeah, I think you should double down on some of that content. I think that's one of the things that your audience is probably really intrigued about is like, you've got a lot going on. And I mean, as somebody myself going through it, I really appreciate it. And especially with 2 young kids, and I see it far too often. And this is why I'm so conscious of the family life balance, is that I see entrepreneurs trying to build things, and then it's the mantra becomes hustle, 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 hustle. And I'm like, I don't want to hustle. I want to work really smart, go really deep, and make a big impact. And I want to work the minimum effective dose to have, everything I can ever provide for my family.
Yeah.
Not a minute more. Like, that's, I think, the ultimate dream. So that,
well, what do you love doing?
Like, what do you love? I could be spending with my daughter.
Doing? What are you like passionate about doing? Just in your life in general.
I mean, I love business in general, so that's fun. I love the entrepreneurial, thing. Me and my daughter create tons of content now, so we're many ice cream influencers, aspiring. It's fun. It's like a little bonding thing with her. Aside from that, a lot of sports. I've done a couple Ironman triathlons, but again, you can't do that with a family. It sucks up all your hours training. Right now in life, it's literally I'm trying to just maximize that family time. I mean, actually, ironically, from a TikTok, I saw there was a trending audio, and it was basically saying, hey, the ages between 0 and 4, they're the most special years of a child's life. You don't get them back. And it hit home. And so I'm trying to double down on that as well. And I think, one of the things that you had mentioned is really helpful about your team, because one of my strengths is, again, the strategy, the big idea, but I do fall short sometimes in not delegating it, but it can get overwhelming for me to feel like I got to just dump all this out to somebody and teach them, and then I just don't hire the right team to help me, and I have that mentality of it'll just be easier if I do it. So hearing you say that, failure is you gotta learn, I'm making a conscious effort at that, and I think that's almost like the tie the rubber band I gotta cut.